millions of citizens all over Egypt and in approximately 5,000 villages across the country. To shed more light on this, we are very much delighted to have with us via phone Ambassador Gamal Bayomi, former Assistant Foreign Minister and our economic expert. A very good morning to you, Ambassador Bayomi, and happy Ramadan.
Good morning, Ramadan Kareem, inshallah.
Inshallah. Sir, in every time we do witness the president inaugurating a national project, a mega national project, in the very same speech, he would all the time stress the importance of taking care of the most needy brackets and to continue with the efforts exerted by the state, to continue with the efforts of Decent Life Initiative, meaning that both are going side by side. How do you see, sir, all the time the political leadership's keenness to stress that fact on the ground?
Because of a simple reason development is our aim. It's very good that we are developing, but it's not enough. Develop and fair distribution of the income. Mm-hmm. So I am enjoying my life, thank God, but I feel something is missing unless I feel that my neighbor has his breakfast, his lunch, and his dinner also. Mm-hmm. So this is the aim of the new initiative, that we are building new houses, that we are giving opportunity for new opportunities for work, that we are raising the salaries. Many efforts are being done, and I think we shall continue on this scale, because on the other side, mind you, that we are increasing hugely. We have a birth rate which is huge, thank God, okay, but on the other side, we have to work to cover all the needs for the new children we gave birth since 2011 to something around 30 million inhabitants.
Yes.
So we have all those challenges in order to make the situation a source of opportunity, that this working force will be added to our production that we shall produce for them in order to feed them, to find housing, to find schools, to find health care, and after all, to find job opportunities.
Yes.
This is fair enough, and we need also fair development process to see that everyone is satisfied with our ways and means of development.
And to add to what you have just said, sir, regarding many voices which expected that the initiative is not going to continue the same way because of the current global economic crisis, the soaring prices worldwide, the supply chain problem or crisis, the inflation rate. But there were statements which were released by Prime Minister Dr. Madbouli regarding the initiative and regarding these projects. He said the project achieves several objectives and that we cannot give up on. Would you please elaborate on this sentence?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we thank God we are lucky in a way, because with all these international problems, such as the corona epidemic, such as the war in Ukraine and its negative economic impact all over the world. Mm-hmm. Read that the World Bank and the IMF are telling us that the world is diminishing this year. The economy of the world is diminishing in most of the countries. Mm-hmm. But Egypt was lucky because we started our economic reform a couple of years ago, a couple of years before. That was in starting by November 2016. That made us a little bit better, that we are already, we have those challenges, but we faced it in a position where we stand on good footing. You will see that our economy is increasing, is developing, not at the level which we were aiming, but at least we are much better than any other country. There are only in the whole world 5 countries. Egypt is among them that will grow or continue growing positively.
Yeah.
Thank God, but of course, still, I want every single citizen to find his food, his housing, his education, and job opportunity also. Here comes the new efforts to start establishing new cities, establishing new industries, coming back to our factories which were suffering all over the decades. And now we are revisiting industries like textile or we are car industry, name it, that this will give
Localizing our industry is one of the priorities of the political leadership, and here it's not only about even textile or car. I mean, it's not only the heavy industry, but heavy light industries,
food
and to afford the job
agriculture.
opportunities for thousands of youth. This is really one of the priorities of our political leadership. But if you permit me, I'd like to refer to another recently taken decision by the president ordering adding 1 million new families to the Takaful and Karama, or Solidarity and Dignity program, as part of the series of recently announced economic package meant to help the Egyptians coping with the repercussions of global inflation. How do you see this decision, sir?
Very fair. We are trying to be fair to all the communities of our country.
Yeah.
I am happy to watch that new buildings are coming, that we give them suitable ways of housing. We establish schools, we establish industries. A couple of weeks ago, there was a very important meeting in the Arab League for the Arab parliamentarians, and they put a priority to invest on food and the food gap in the Arab world, because the whole Arab world is suffering of food gap. We are importing by something around $55 billion for the whole Arab world, and this is not normal. Where we have countries with the ability of Sudan or Iraq, Syria, Egypt, all of us can expand our efforts to give more and more opportunity to invest on agriculture and food, which is, by the way, is not easy. We need water, we need to cultivate new areas, and now we are adding hundreds of thousands of fidans. Also, the covered agriculture process, it's giving much more productivity. All these efforts we have to watch. What we need, I really miss that the information process is not enough, because I still read on the mass media that some people who are claiming that we are building roads and bridges. Yes, if we are going to make a development, how we are going to send our merchandise to export it, or how we are going to bring ingredients necessary for any production without the roads and bridges. But it's not the only effort in our process. But also we are covering health, we are covering housing, education, we are covering industry, agriculture, services also, name it. But I don't see for the layman that he is well informed, and this is a big burden on our information system. We have to think about how to make everybody watch what we are doing. Of course, at the same time, we have to see that practical efforts are there in order to see more food and more job opportunities, more production in all sectors of the economy.
Yeah. Well, Ambassador Gamal Bayomi, former Assistant Foreign Minister and our economic expert, thank you very much for your input, sir. Have a very good day, and once again, happy